I'd like to call this meeting to order. Ask for a moment of silence, please. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Steve, please.
Thank you. Councilmember Riley,
Here.
Councilmember Boyd,
Here.
Councilmember DeLoss,
Here.
Council Vice President Demko,
Here.
Mayor Kabiston. Here, we have a quorum.
Are there any public comments on the listed motions? Okay, Councilman Boyd?
Thank you, Madam Vice President. 3 motions this evening from administration. Motion to approve minutes from council meeting on February 8th, 2016.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to accept the resignation of Parking Enforcement Officer Thomas Poole effective March 11th, 2016.
Second. Any comments?
Just that this is a normal retirement, and Thomas has served his son. Mr. Poole has served the borough with great honor, doing a number of different duties as parking enforcement officer, including fixing meters, monitoring meters, monitoring the 2 outer areas. So we wish him nothing but the best in his retirement.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to utilize the services of Meter Feeder Incorporated for mobile parking applications within the Borough of Carnegie.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Would you like me to do? Okay. Finance this evening, we'll have a motion to approve the March bill list and March bill list addendum.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? Okay, we need a roll call vote.
Councilperson DeLoss,
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd,
Yes.
Councilperson Riley,
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to authorize Council President to execute a non-binding engagement letter with Piper Jaffray for the purposes of exploring the potential to refinance and refunding of the borough's general obligation bond series 2011.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
The purpose of this is to get a quote to refinance our bond, potentially saving the borough. What was the net number, Phil? Do you remember? $200K?
A little over $200,000, all depending on the rate.
By refinancing the bond. This motion tonight does not commit us to anything. It's just permission for them to give us a quote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to approve the purchase/lease of a 2016 5-ton diesel Freightliner dump truck from A&H at a price of $91,727, portion to be reimbursed through DEP Recycle Grant, and the vehicle will be acquired through the CoStar's purchasing program.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson DeLoss?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's all I have this evening, Madam Vice President.
Thank you. Public Works, Councilperson DeLoss.
Thank you. Motion to accept the bid submitted by Youngblood Paving Incorporated for the 2016 paving maintenance program in the amount of $181,010.10, which includes the base bid, Swallow Hill Road from Sigrid Drive to Forsyth Road, Annabelle Street from Cooks Lane to Fleck Court, Angora Road, 6th Avenue from Doolittle to Dead End, milling only on 6th Avenue.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
I would add, Madam Vice President, that there is a change here. Doolittle was removed from this list. It had previously been on the list, but the water company has informed us that they are going to be replacing the water main on Doolittle. They're going to be digging it up this summer. So we took it off of the list and changed Angora from a milling project only to a full paving project. After the water project is completed on Doolittle, PAWC will be reimbursing the borough for the cost of paving the street, at which time we'll come back to that as we consider next year's paving program. That's all I have to say. No, the motion is correct. It does not show Doolittle as being on the list. This is modified from the proposal we had last month.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. And no more comments. Roll call, Steve.
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Councilperson DeLoss?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion B, a motion to accept the bid submitted by Solai Construction Incorporated for the Capitol Drive and Christie Street storm sewer project in the amount of $117,807.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
Yes, Madam Vice President, there's one thing that came up in this project, and that is that the engineers found, actually I guess it was a late report from Verizon, that there are cables underground under the road, and they will have to modify the routing of the sewer pipe on Capitol. So there will be some additional cost, which is undetermined at this point because they were not able to get us drawings back in time. However, this bid did come in significantly under the, you recall the amount?
It was
180,000.
It was originally estimated at 180,000, so you can see the price of 117 provides us plenty of cushion to make those adjustments to that pipe routing. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Roll call, Steve.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson DeLoss?
Yes.
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion C, a motion to approve payment application number 1 to Tri-State Grouting in the amount of $146,388.35 for sewer and sewer lining work completed between January 1st and February 28th of 2016 for the 2015 sewer system repairs contract number 2015-06B.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? Roll call, Steve.
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson DeLoss?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion D, a motion to approve payment application number 2 to Solai Construction in the amount of $4,845 for sewer work, for sewer open cut work completed between December 1st, 2015 and February 29th, 2016 for the 2015 sewer system repairs contract number 2015-06A.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? Steve?
Councilperson Delos?
Yes.
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion E, a motion to concur with the bid received by Red Zone Robotics for the Shaycog year number 6 cleaning and CCTV preventive maintenance contract in the amount of $199,650, of which the Carnegie share is $24,275.75.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
Madam Vice President, only to mention that this work is something that is bid by Shaycog, which is a municipal group of our neighboring communities, and they bid it for all of the communities involved, and then we pay our share of that. So that's why it's indicated that the entire contract is $199,000, and our part is $24,000.
Roll call, Steve?
Councilperson Riley?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Delos?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
There's no public safety issues tonight. Community Development and Code Enforcement, Councilwoman Riley.
Motion 5A, to adopt ordinance number 2428, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of PA, adopting and accepting for dedication to the public the following streets and associated right-of-way, and including only those public portions of the sanitary and storm sewers located within said street rights-of-way as shown on the recorded Carnegie Highlands Plan of Lot Subdivision, all of which are public improvements in the Carnegie Highland Plan: Cathedral Court, Scenic Hill Drive, and Mountain Drive.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion 5B, motion to approve the application of the Mr. James Riley, Riley's Public House for the temporary lot development of Riley's Courthouse located at 217 East Main Street, 103-M-182, contingent upon third-party review approval as recommended by the Planning Commission on February 23rd, 2016.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
I'm going to abstain from this. The owner is my uncle, and I don't want there to be any perceived conflict of interest.
And we can't pass it.
Yeah, we
We
can
have
have
three.
You need a majority. You have a quorum, so we need 3.
3 out of the 4.
No, you still have a quorum present.
Oh, okay, good. Let's do it.
2 out of the 3.
Nice.
Was it, did we have a second?
I second it.
Second. Okay. Motion has been made and seconded. Steve?
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Delos?
Yes.
Council Vice President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
5C, motion to approve the curb cut application for the property located at 10 Watson Street, 104-R-164. There's a revision to this pending the revision to the site plan to meet the borough setback.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion D, to approve the curb cut application for the property located at 721 Doolittle Avenue, 103-K-314.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, committee reports, administration.
As I talked about last month, and hopefully you all have reviewed at this point, the new Carnegie Borough website, a cooperative effort of our administrative group and a young lady who's incredibly talented / parking guard for the crossing guard for the borough and web designer extraordinaire, Did a beautiful job of the website. If you haven't seen it so far, please go out and look at it. I think it's going to serve the borough well as make things a little more efficient for the administrative group. And that's all I have this evening, Madam Vice President.
Thank you. Finance, there is nothing to report this evening on finance. Code enforcement and community development.
No report at this time, Madam Vice President.
Public Works.
Thank you. 4 items, but 2 of them we've already talked about. One of them was the water project on Doolittle. The other was the sewer project on Capitol Drive. In addition to that, during some sewer repair work on Ross Street, there was some property damage to 2 homes, and the contractor is repairing that. And we're holding some bond money back from them, or final payment money back from them until that's done. And indications are that the property owners are satisfied with the way that's going. And the last item was regarding baseball field at Carnegie Park, Falcione Field. Carnegie Youth Athletic Association had requested in the Phase 3 plan of the park development that field be enlarged for Pony League use. However, if you're familiar where that field is, there's a huge ravine just past the outfield, and the engineers have indicated that it would be a massive undertaking to make that field bigger because of the amount of earth and stabilization, the ravine, etc. So we're going to be discussing that matter with CYAA to come up with some alternate ideas, just because the cost of doing that would be outside the borough's capability to manage that. And that's all I have, Madam Vice President.
Thank you. No president's report tonight. Manager's report.
Thank you, Council Vice President. I just wanted to touch upon motion 2B and the resignation of Tom Poole before he had left for retirement. He was extremely helpful getting everybody acclimated to knowing more about the business district. Obviously, we have 2 part-time parking enforcers at the moment. As we know, parking has been extremely tight, and we're doing our best to try to move cars to different areas where we can try to utilize them. But Tom was actually here for 20 years, so he's definitely given a lot of time to the borough, and we just appreciate him from obviously Public Works and administration as well. So that's all I have for this evening.
Bill Carnegie, Volunteer Fire Department. EMS report.
Fire Department had 24 calls during the month of February, and EMS answered 212 calls. That's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Mayor's report.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The numbers for February 2016, criminal arrests were number 21, traffic citations were also 21, parking tickets 248, complaints and self-initiated activity by our department were 940 calls. Talk a little bit about a few months ago, Mr. President, Pat Katina had asked the police department to look into training programming for the police department as far as autism goes. We have found a pretty good training program with the district attorney's office. It's unfortunate Mr. Katina couldn't be here tonight because I wanted to give him some of this information, but we will be rolling out that training program, and the packets. There's a packet that goes along to the community members for those who have autistic children and adults in their family that will help us to better correspond with them in case of emergency. So we will be rolling that out relatively soon. The chief, there are a couple of nice things about the packet is that They do have an identification sticker for your home or your automobile. They also have a card for the individual who's autistic and that they can keep in their wallet. And they also have a reporting mechanism where you can report to the county 911 that this is an autistic residence, or there's a residence that has an autistic child or an adult, and so when the police are responding to the call at that residence, that they'll inform the police immediately. So there's a couple, definitely a couple layers of protection there that'll help our officers and the autistic members of our community work together. We've talked about this before, that we're the only state in the whole United States in which radar is not applicable to the local municipalities. They are having a rally for public safety on April 5th, and that's in Harrisburg. Obviously, I'm not asking everybody to go to Harrisburg, but if you wouldn't mind calling your state senator or your state representative and asking them to support Senate Bill 535 or House Bill 71. Both those bills are currently in their respective chambers and have not come up for a vote yet, but we want them to come up for a vote, and hopefully we can get an up and down vote again on whether or not local municipalities can use radar to enforce traffic violations. On March 21st, this Monday, 5:30 p.m. At the Carnegie Library Music Hall, the Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall, we will be having a parking symposium. And during that symposium, we will give updates for the current parking situation, and also looking for ideas from the business community and other people and other individuals about how to enhance our parking capacity in and around the downtown area. The road construction. I have some good news and some bad news when it comes to road construction. The good news is the work on Campbell's Run, they were actually able to pave the Campbell's Run project that week before Christmas. So that's completely done, and they won't have to close that area by Knickerbocker on Campbell's Run in the spring for paving. Doesn't mean they won't close it for something else, but as far as paving goes, that's done. And then there's the major paving project that we've all, major reconstruction of I-376, from the Carnegie interchange all the way down through the tunnels. Actually from I-79 all the way down through the tunnels. There still is a paving project that has to be completed there, and that paving project will be done sometime in May. They still don't have a date yet, but at this point, it wouldn't happen in April. I'm told it's just going to happen in probably mid-May. And that would entail another full closure. It might even entail 2 full closures. I'm not sure. 2 weekend full closures. So originally it was supposed to be 1, but now they're talking a little bit like it could be 2. Want to let everyone know that we have a rain barrel workshop on Thursday, May 19th here at the Borough Building from 6:30 to 8 p.m. What they'll do is they'll give a seminar on watershed awareness and how to install and utilize a rain barrel. And it's a little pricey. It's $80 for an individual, $85 for a couple. But that cost comes with a rain barrel. You get a rain barrel when you leave. So it's a nice program. They've had a few around the community, and we were lucky to get it here at Carnegie. So I think if you're interested in having a rain barrel at your house and utilizing the conservation that provides, please sign up. There'll be more information on our website. I want to thank Michael Mastandrea. He is a senior at Cronington High School. He's cleaned, sanded, and painted the tops of all the picnic tables for his Eagle Scout project. couldn't be here tonight, so I'm going to try to have him here for the next meeting if we can. But he did a great job. So a lot of the picnic tables up at the Carnegie Park had some graffiti on and some other problems with the wood, and he took care of a lot of that and made them look pretty darn good. So I appreciate his work. The homebrew is APIS had a homebrew competition on March 6th. We had a nice crowd there. It was really a nice. It was a nice thing to have in Carnegie. This homebrew competition is an annual thing that they plan on having in APIS every year, and it was neat to see about 30 different home brewers giving out samples, and it was all free. So it was just a nice event to have here in Carnegie last week. The 49th annual Pasanki Egg Sale is this weekend at March 20th at St. Peter's and Paul Ukrainian Orthodox Church, and it's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They usually get a really nice crowd there. They have some beautiful, beautiful handcrafted eggs that are for sale, and if you like beauty, you're going to love what they have. The Army Corps of Engineers, they are planning an inspection of the creek sometime this spring. They still haven't set the date up yet. I'm trying to stay on top of that to find out when the actual date is. I'm working also with the Chartiers Valley Flood Control Authority to see if it's if it's possible that we can tag along with the inspection. So at this time, they told me it was. So we'll keep you in the loop on that. And lastly, the Off the Wall Theater has a pretty unique play there this weekend. It's definitely an adults-only play, but it's called Kimona, and it deals with the effects and complications of PTSD. And along with the play, they are offering 2-hour workshops on March 23rd and on March 27th at 2 p.m. to learn about the physiological effects of PTSD and some strategies for managing the symptoms of PTSD. So I think, if you have anybody in your family or anyone you know that has suffered some serious trauma, that this would be a good, these workshops would be a good place for you to attend, a good thing for you to attend.
Mayor, we should probably mention that the play itself, the PTSD in the play is a result of sexually abused family members, and people might want to be aware it's a sensitive subject.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So,
And there's no verbal stuff, it's movement, right? I think that's what they said at the BBOC meeting. I think it's not a play so much as a performance.
okay. So, but thank you, and that's all I have, Madam Vice President.
Is there any general public comment?
I just, Maggie Forbes from the Librarians Club, and I'm handing out our new brochure, of which I am very proud. That's should be getting these in the mail, but, you know, I'm hanging on to them. And I just want to say, I'm a month early, but April is the coolest month. We have 3 spectacular performances. Love I Hear the Lyrics of Stephen Sondheim on April 2nd. April 16th is our 10th annual Civil War Living History Day, and we're capping that day of amazing programming with a performance by the Early Mays that won an award as the best folk group in 2014 from WYEP. They're terrific, they'll sound terrific in our hall. And then on April 30th, some of you saw C Street Brass when they were part of our benefit last year. They're coming for a solo concert. They are amazing entertainers. And this is the eve of our 115th birthday, so I hope you will all turn out for that. It will be a spectacular show. I also wanted to thank the mayor. He reads a mean Dr. Seuss. He was quite the showman with our kids the other day. Seriously, you were terrific, and it was just a lovely night at the library. And he shamed me into wearing a hat, right like he did, but cat in a hat. If the mayor can do it, I can do it. And I guess I can mention the program that's, I guess, a civic program, Rick, that's going to be happening on April 13th. I'm just guessing, or not.
Yes, that is on the plan. I mean, we just finalized that a few days ago, so I don't have a lot more to tell you right now about it than that. It is in April, and
Wednesday the 13th?
It is Wednesday the 13th at 6:30. There would be a forum for the senatorial candidates, the U.S. Senate candidates. That would be McGinty, Sestak, Fetterman, and the fourth gentleman's name.
Somebody with a V who runs all the time.
Yes, I don't remember his name. So that is proposed as a public event that evening. Of course, we don't have confirmations from the candidates. That is just 2 weeks before election. It is 2 weeks before election day, and we're getting sort of somewhat.
So I don't promote this too much internally or whatever until I know they're coming, right?
Well, the ones that said they weren't sure if they would be there, their spokesperson for Western Pennsylvania would be there in their place or something. So it's going to happen.
Okay.
But I'm hesitant to say that all of these folks are going to be there.
And Republicans are welcome to come for equal time at another night if they want to do that. This is, I have to say that as a library musical because we are nonpartisan, but I don't think there are any, there's just uncontested, or there's not running.
Yes, there's not a contest in the.
Okay. And thank you for the fence. And that's it.
Hey, name's Rick McCall, live up on 523 Grandview Avenue, in the corner of Grandview and Forest, up there right by Industrial Park. Now, I've been here the last couple of months because of work, but I was here during the fall talking about, the police did a good job of slowing down the Comcast. It's not Comcast, it's the other contractor too. But, you know, of course, wintertime, we're not out, don't see everything going on, but the spring is coming, so it's going to be another rush, because they constantly need the drivers for that. But part of the conversation I had up there was, the streets, big sties destroyed. You guys said you're going to take a look at it on your schedule. Obviously, I didn't see it on this, surfacing or whatever budget for this year. Has there been any conversation about it? Or I know that Swallow Hill was, a main play on the street that he paved.
The mayor doesn't have jurisdiction over that, so that's the council.
Well, I'm just
We've
bringing it
been in
up.
discussions with Scott about that road. And we don't have a commitment from them yet. I think we have pushed it up on our side. And see, the road splits down the middle, so it would be kind of crazy, but theoretically, we could approve it and pave half of the road.
Well, that's Forest, but Grandview
Yeah.
is in Carnegie, whether it's
Yeah.
a state road or not. But that's-
Grandview's on
Yeah,
it.
Grandview is not the question, that's Forest, yeah.
No, Grandview's the question. That's right in front of my house.
Okay.
I mean, I got, just this weekend, I shoveled up 2 wheelbarrows of dust and broken asphalt. You can ask him, the road's a patch.
Okay.
And that's the main road, and everybody comes up there. I got 53-foot tractor trailers coming up there, left and right, middle of the night. I got, dumpsters coming up there, trash dumpsters, 20 tons, picking up the trash on the other side. I got the sign company, comes right in front of my house every day. They start at 6 in the morning, sometimes they're there till 10 at night. Those are big trucks. I I got the Comcast little trucks, I got their big, 5-ton trucks with their, digging machines on the back of it. It's just constant traffic, and the road is a piece of crap. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, there's no road worse than that road in Carnegie. And I've been there for 20 or 30 years, and it's never been touched.
We thought it was Forest, and that's what we were working on, Forest.
Forest is half spot, the only traffic on Forest is people, going down to the end of I was here, and I've been saying from Grandview Avenue, I know they patched last year they had this small contractor come in and raise the sewer up, right in front of Bennett's house, and it's still down about 4 inches. I mean, come up during the rain, I mean, I can't walk out of my house because, I got like a puddle of water, just standing water on the road, everything comes to my curb. I mean, I'm talking about Grandview Avenue. You guys, it was paved because of the water line up Summit halfway to, Grandview and the intersection right there. I mean, Forest is terrible down before you get the terrace or whatever it is, that's like combat zone down there at the very far end. But, I mean, Grandview Avenue, just take a ride up there,
Keith, can you guys go up and take a look at that?
What is your house?
It's 523, I'm on a corner of
Did we do
Forest,
anything with it, or
or
something?
Grandview and Forest.
What about just patch it?
Well, we do patch it.
Yeah, I mean, they do, and it just pops up, and, these big trucks come by, and, it's annoying. I can't even, during the summertime, if I took a day off, and I can't go out my yard, and it's ridiculous, just, okay, there's an industrial park up by the house, I understand that, but, with the road being so bad, it just, like, ladder racks, I mean, it's racking, but I mean, it's a terrible road up there. I mean, Scott is the one tearing up the road, because that's their business. I mean, Forest really isn't that bad until you get down around the corner, past the old Comcast. But Grandview Avenue from,
Well, you know what, we'll look on the list of, the engineers went to every street, and they made a list of, the worst and down. So we can check on there, maybe see where
It's not gonna
Grandview
happen
is.
this year.
okay, but I guess I gotta come here every month just to remind you guys. 'Cause,
It's definitely not gonna be this year.
well, you guys are having the wrong road anyways, so.
But see, just check and see where it is on there, we can at
Can
least
you,
let you
can
know.
you do me a favor though, at least get it on a bi-weekly schedule to have the street sweeper up there? Because what happens, the industrial park over there is all gravel, and they just, bring their, the gravel gets in their trucks and just put right in front of my house and all the way up to Lenny's house. And it's just, it's annoying, but it is what it is. Just like you're bitching, I'm paying taxes. But, if we
We
can,
understand.
you can keep an eye on it, and you talk to the engineers, if you have any questions, I'll meet them up. I know we had the engineers up there doing the control for the trucks and the traffic and everything. And they have slowed down, but again, just, once the weather cracks, we can just take a peek, see if what's going on. How it is, once we get home, go to kids screaming, right?
Well, we'll find, once we get the list back, we'll see where,
All right.
Grandview falls on there. Yeah, I don't have one with me either, but we can check on there just to let you know
I
where
don't
it's
even
at
know
on the list.
Randy in the borough.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other comments?
Good evening, Madam President.
Nice. Acting.
Pardon me?
I said acting.
Acting. Last week I talked with Mr. Rona, Mr. Leader. I sent over a letter, some drawings for 301 East Main Street. You all received it?
In our packet, yeah.
And it's pretty self-explanatory. The problem we had was we couldn't find a zoning for fences in C1. The owner of the property, Beth Roder, just moved to Pittsburgh, well, moving next week fully. And she's going to be living upstairs and would like to build a fence off the rear of one of the garages, eventually closing one of the garages. The fence would be for two purposes: privacy, security, place for her dog to do its business. It'd be about a 31-foot fence by 11. She would end up with about 5 to 6 parking places, depending how big the car is. Full-size car, you probably put 5. Smaller car, you probably put 6. She does have a tenant for the first floor, you know, small retail business. They don't really need much parking. And what we wanted to try to do is determine and get your blessing for her to be able to build this fence. I think you saw a picture of a sample fence. It's going to be a nice fence. It's not going to be a chain link or something terrible. There's going to be a partial awning over a patio, and the rest will be some grass for her lot. And I don't know if you have any questions about the drawing, I'm not an architect or anything, but anybody have any?
We had some discussions, John, about the zoning as well, because it's not very clear. It says that in the commercial district, you can't have security fencing, but that, it doesn't specify what security fencing is. So generally, we think of a tall chain link fence would not be permitted.
Correct.
The language on residential fencing, which is probably more appropriate to call it a residential fence, is applicable in the residential zones. So there's no clear language that says what the rule is. As a consequence, we're suggesting that Steve and Mr. Rome will work with you to come up with something that would be acceptable. But you mentioned the word security, so the question would be...
The word security does not mean a security fence. It's for 2 different ways you use the word. Number one, it's not an electrified security fence to keep a Rottweiler in there or keep people out. It's basically going to be her rear yard. It's going to have a gate to get into it, and she's going to have a rear entrance going into her place. But she's going to maintain garages in the back and the upstairs for her residence, and the front part, which is a little over 1,000 square feet, will be leased to a retail company, a business. And I agree, there's no definite definition in C1 about fences. There's a lot of fences in C1 existing, but she wants to put up a classy looking fence that's going to look good, match the property, and to be able to have some outdoor privacy and living. And another thing is we're getting a lot of people inquiring about Carnegie, people who want to actually live on Main Street. So I think this is something in the future we may want to look into, because they would like to have that business type living, a bubble business, and have some privacy in the rear of the property. And that was really, I think, pretty self-explanatory what we wanted to do here. And I think this is something that is going to be something in the future. And we're getting some people who want to move here from different areas of Pittsburgh, different areas of the country. People want to move back, and they see what's happening in Carnegie, and are very proud of it. And the people I'm dealing with have a lot of, they want to be involved in the community. They want to be here to make it a better community, make it a safer community. I guess one of the other reasons for that type of offense is, to keep people off the property also. I'm not saying that there's a bunch of crazy people in Pittsburgh. There's crazy people everywhere. So you might have to understand that type of security.
John, she doesn't mention on here how high.
The fence is going to be, well, it's going to be between 6 to 7 foot, so you can't look into it. It's going to be horizontal fencing. The posts will be on the inside, not the outside, so it'll be a nice finished look. It'll be some type of a design about a foot above it. So you have maybe horizontal 8-foot sections of some material be painted, and the top part would be some type of a design made with either horizontal or angle. We don't have that part yet. So there would be 3 parking places, 4 parking places on the west side, including the garage. The right side would have 1 parking place at the end of her fence. So it's going to be about 11 foot by 30, 31. It could maybe be shortened a little bit, but that's about what we looked at. Because some of the asphalt is going to come out for be able to get some grass to grow for the dog. So Any other questions you have about this?
No, I don't. Does anybody have anything else?
What would be like a time period to get an answer, because
Well, Steve is going to set up a time with what you and Greg or Terry.
I can call you tomorrow, and if you have some time to stop by, we can talk about it a little more.
okay. And we get a more definite, I mean, it's not going to be on the property line. You saw drawing on the survey. It's going to be within our property. It's probably a foot and a half, 2 feet.
We were just trying to find the code
There is,
and all that. That's what we were saying.
there's no
So we need
code. You got to have a code to be able to enforce it.
right, exactly. That's what we're trying, because that's, we weren't sure if, you need to go in front of, code, but,
Well, we'd go in front of anybody, but there's nothing to tell us what we can or
right,
can't do. So
exactly. So that's why Steve figured using
But I
this
definitely, I
work
definitely
something
look
out.
into this.
We'll definitely work something out. We
Work
just need
something
to
out.
Yeah.
figure out what,
Anything else?
which one.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Anyone else? No? Okay, how about general, council food and welfare? Mr. Gloss?
No, I don't have anything, Vice President.
Councilwoman Biden?
Nothing tonight, Vice President.
I have nothing this evening, Madam Vice President.
Nobody has anything tonight?
Come on, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I'm saying Patty's Day, I'm sweating up here because it's the only green thing I own.
Well, it's
I
Thursday.
wanted to wear something. So happy St. Patrick's Day and a blessed Easter to everyone. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded.